Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hippy Dippy. We are doing another anime review today and we're going to be reviewing Bento. Where do I begin? Alright, first off, I would just like to say Bento is one of my favorite animes of all time. It's probably a number 10 if I make a list of animes so far at this point. But I just have one question. Why the fuck would the supermarket allow these kids to kick the shit out of each other just for a bento box? And then once you grab the bento box, they can't fucking touch you. I'm like, what the fuck? Who comes up with these fucking rules? I don't fucking understand. It makes no fucking sense. Why? Well, first off, let's get to the story. The story is about this guy who I'm gonna be all the characters. I don't know how to pronounce their name because they're Japanese. I'm gonna be calling them by their nicknames. So, the pervert, that's what his nickname is. The pervert, you're going to be hearing that name a lot. The pervert is trying to get something at the supermarket, but doesn't have a lot of food. He sees the bento boxes, and he's like, oh shit, yeah. That as while the fucking guy walks out, because he's putting discounts on the bento boxes, he goes into the back room, and then all of a sudden he gets his ass kicked by the Ice which is the Ice Witch, which is hilarious. And all of a sudden, here's the thing: he doesn't remember anything. He wakes up. He wakes up at the hospital because he got his ass kicked so bad he walks up to the hospital and his dad calls the phone saying if he can walk he can go to school. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you let your kids go to school after they're just getting out of the hospital? This is a common theme to this because of the fact that at the end of the anime, the Ice Witch gets her ass kicked. She's in the hospital, but no one questions why she's in the fucking hospital in the first fucking place. I mean, what the fuck? I know logic is like bullshit, but it's hard to explain. Bento is it's pretty much if you can get bento boxes and it's like a sport and it's like a game show where if you don't get people fight over bento boxes, which is the most stupidest concept, but it's fucking hilarious at the same time. Just the sheer common sense of why the fuck would you beat some? It's how do I explain it? It's like Black Friday if Black Friday was every day at the fucking supermarket. That's the best way I can explain it to you because that's what it is. So anyway, the next episode, because he has another character with him. There, she wants the same thing, and she is has glasses and stuff. Which, by the way, her friend, she has a friend that's the school president. She has a crush on her, and she doesn't want her to hang out with the pervert and the Ice Witch because they became friends at some point. So that's the funny thing. Okay, so the next day he tries to do it again, and he gets his ass, and it's the same story over and over again. But this time, the fucking shopkeeper keeps him in the back room. First off, why the fuck would the shopkeeper allows this behavior to happen? That's what I don't understand. He allows it to happen. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants them to fight. He wants them to fucking rip your fucking limbs off and fucking, fight for their fucking bento box. Like, yeah. It's like WWF and shit. It's like Stone Cold versus Booker T at the supermarket. Just like that every fucking day, man. Except for instead of fucking using the items as weapons, they use their fucking fists and kick the shit out of each other. Well, except for a couple episodes, but that's the thing. All right, so then they start fighting back and forth. The third episode, you get to introduce to the wizard. The wizard is a guy who knows what he's doing, and you also get to learn from episode 2 or 3 where there's something called a boar. A boar is not to be mean or anything. It's a fat fucking old lady, pretty much. That's what they assumed it. Pretty much, the boar likes to instead of trying to once the shop person who's putting the discounts on the bento Until he gets into the back, you can't fight. You can lurk around the store and stuff, but you cannot throw a single punch, okay? You cannot throw a single punch to them. Once he gets in the back, though, you do that. The board doesn't want to do that. The board wants to get the bento boxes before he puts the discount prices on them. Okay? The wizard and the pervert decides to stop her. They tried to stop her the first time, but they couldn't. Then the second time they stop her because the wizard fixed her out. But then you also have the Storm. The Storm is a bunch of rugby players who want half price bento boxes. I know I'm making this up, but I'm dead serious, dude. This makes no fucking sense. So they get that, and they do get the bento boxes, but the store clerk always puts a sticker on it, a seal, and that's his favorite bento box. That's the best thing to do it. Okay? If you get that, the Ice Witch has like everything to the bento boxes. She has like a whole. She has got like oral leaf seals and stuff in a fucking stamp collection booklet or something. I don't know, but then they start doing it over and over again until they get to like episode 6 or 7. Is where the Wolfpack comes in and they want them to help them out. And the thing is that how they do things differently. They work as a pack. And the pack is where people hold them back to the bento boxes, and then once they get the bento boxes, they switch sides so that way the other people can get their bento boxes. It's a cheap trick to get your bento boxes without having to fight. But the pervert likes the idea and he goes with it. Also, her friend too. So then the Ice Witch is like, do you feel satisfied? Because he's questioning their method. Even though they get bento boxes, he doesn't feel satisfied because he doesn't think that he's earned the right to have the bento. So he eventually betrays the wolf pack and kicks the shit out of them. Then after that, we get introduced to my two favorite characters in the whole anime. Just because of how ridiculous it is. Remember back in the beginning of this video, I said that the Ice Witch got into the hospital. Well, that's because she got the kick shit out of him by a bunch of twins. Now you might be wondering how could two twins beat up an Ice Witch who her martial arts is through the roof. Well, here's the thing. You know those freaking grocery bags? No, those baskets that they carry at supermarkets that you can use a basket instead of a shopping cart. Well, they use the baskets to use them as weapons. First off, where the fuck are their parents? I mean, what the fuck? I don't get why the fuck. And why would people allow them to use those things as weapons if they know it's gonna hurt 10 times worse than your bare fucking fist? It makes no fucking sense. It just makes no. But the funny thing is that when they're on the scene, when they go to there, everyone doesn't want to do anything except for one guy who looks like a Pokemon trainer, Red. He just. Before that, though, there's a guy that looks like he asks the pervert to help him join him in defeating them by letting them not participate in the battles, but not participating in the battles, but to let them have the first bentos and then we fight for the bentos, which is kind of like we don't want you here. You can take whatever the fuck you want. It's like that, and they feel crushed. But since the pervert and the wizard got their asses kicked by them, the pervert decides to run around the fucking town a lot because he gets told before he gets in. He runs into the store. He's hot and sweaty, and he makes everyone fucking hungry. So instead of going with his plan, they decide to beat the shit out of each other anyway. And the funny thing is the fact that the pervert kicks the shit out of him, and then the fucking two ladies with the fucking basket kick the shit out of him by using the fucking baskets as fucking weapons. I don't fucking get that. And that's pretty much Bento. But all the main characters and side characters that are introduced to that you know of a character, except for the wolf pack, the boar, and the wolf pack. Well, no, the rugby team, which is the storm. All the main characters and side characters get bento box at the end. The pervert goes to the ice witch because she's still in the hospital. She can't go because she got too badly injured. Because why the fuck would you? Why the fuck would you use fucking baskets as fucking weapons if you know he's gonna fucking kick the shit out of someone? But that's pretty much the story. It's pretty much the here goes hearsay. There's a side plot of the high school. The school president wants to make sure that she is not getting influenced by the ice witch and the pervert. So the thing is that she wants the ice witch and the pervert to strip search. I don't fucking get her fucking methods, but the ice witch does, and it's normal. And then the pervert does the same thing, but his is a little more comedic effect because of she decides to throw his clothes out the fucking window, even though it's trash cleanup day. So when two random students find his clothes on the ground, they decide to burn him in the furnace. So they're ready to throw him in. They manage to throw his clothes in, and then he goes in after it into the blazing fire of the furnace. It's fucking hilarious. The pervert's durability in this anime is through the roof. He takes a fucking beating, man. I mean, he gets his ass kicked from the two twins, the pervert, in the two twins, the freaking the last episode where all the side characters and stuff go at it. He gets his ass kicked by the ice witch, not once but twice. He gets his ass kicked all over the place, but he still manages to get bento, so I have no problem with that. He is really a good person. He likes competition pretty much, and that's what his mentality is. Uh, it teaches you how to appreciate when you earn something. You feel rewarded yourself. That's what their mentality is. Now for the soundtrack, it's really hit or miss. I mean, the main theme song's okay, but I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorites. I will listen to it if it's on a fucking playlist on Pandora, but I'm not gonna listen to it fully. I just might skip it maybe sometimes. Bento has that issue with that, and also the soundtrack's lackluster. But it's more consistent than fucking Planetarium. Planetarium is like a fucking bullshit fucking thing. All right. When it comes to the story structure, it tells you all the stories of every character. Even the fucking side characters get their moment to shine, and they also earn and they also get to develop just like the main characters do. The only problem I have with the main cast is the fact that the vice president doesn't really do much. She's just your generic side character that doesn't really develop or grow as a person towards the main character. She just has a crush on the girl with the glasses. And also, the girl with the glasses doesn't really develop either as a character as the story progresses. She's still the same thing. Although there is one side plot with her where she is making a story out of this whole fighting mechanics and stuff, and that's the one reason why she goes to the store to begin with, because she's writing a story about the main character of a pervert through a book, and that's what she's doing that for. So they find out at some point, but then they just push it aside because they want food and stuff. It's a really good anime, and I just put it down to every detail that I can. There's a girl with blonde hair that has huge boobs. You have another girl who is really good at fighting too. You also have the wizard. You have a guy who's bald, but he has piercings on his chin. He's a good guy. I like him. I also like his voice actor. He did a really good job of that. It's English dub if you want to watch it. Now, what I'm gonna rate it? Well, of course I'm gonna rate it a 10 out of 10. It's one of my top 10 animes of all time. Even though it only has 12 episodes, I consider it one of my favorites. I mean, and I think the only reason why I consider it one of my favorites is the fact that I didn't know anything about this anime until I watched it, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking good. I love anime, and this is why I don't like to watch popular anime, because when it's popular anime, I already know I'm getting my shit in. But when I watched Bento, even though it was sort of popular, I didn't know anything about it because everyone was talking about other animes like Naruto, One Piece, fucking Dragon Ball Super and shit like that. You know, stuff that Shonen Jump's doing. But I have to say, if you don't want people beating the shit out of people in the supermarket for no fucking reason, don't watch this anime, because if you watch it, you're gonna think, why the fuck are they? Because first off, the people that are shopping for food, for real food, they just like they're just like in the background eating fucking popcorn probably, and just like watching them see kids kicking the shit out of each other just for a bento box. That's what the funny thing is about bento. Cause you could like, this makes no fucking sense. Why the fuck would you beat the shit out of each other for a discount price for a bento box? I mean, it's so fucking funny. I don't get it, but it's really fucking. Common sense says this is stupid. Why the fuck are we doing this? And then all of a sudden they use fucking baskets and like fucking baskets as weapons. And then the Ice Queen says, I'm in the hospital. Maybe I should stop. No, fuck no, we're doing this next year. Okay, what? Why? Like, you want to get your ass kicked again? Or are you fucking high, bitch? What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't fucking get it. But yeah, I'm definitely giving this a 10 out of 10. Although the common sense meter is like, what the fuck are we doing? Why the fuck do we care about half price bento boxes when we could just eat fucking ramen? I mean, I can understand, but if I was a person, I wouldn't beat the shit out of a person. I would just dash towards it and just grab it before someone kicks the shit out of me. But it's anime, it's anime logic, and you have to have a plot somewhere. Because if that's the case, it'll just be the Wolfpack anime of the whole entire series. But I have to go. I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Next anime review will probably be the one I might finish tomorrow, or the one that is highly anticipated, Heaven's Nemo Pad. That one's gonna be a lot interesting because I don't remember that much. I might have to refresh myself on it. But that's beside the point. I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care. And boy, man, common sense, man. Seriously, why the fuck would you use baskets at a supermarket to kick the shit out of someone just for a fucking bento box? I just don't get the fucking concept. I don't. What the fuck? I know it's funny and I know it's fucking great. It's a great anime, but the funny thing is, common sense tells me not to do this because someone will get hurt. But we don't give a fuck, especially the fucking parents. They're like, "Oh, the kid's fine. We'll keep him in the hospital and she'll be back at it again. Hopefully, she doesn't end up in the hospital again. Oh, she did. Oh, she'll be fine." That's what it basically it's telling you. Bento is like the most crazy. When it comes to comedy, it's fucking hilarious. Bento is. It's also perverted. But the other thing is that when it comes to common sense, it has none of it. Why the fuck would you beat someone up just to grab a bento box? Why don't you just grab the bento box before they beat the shit out of you? No, we have to make it into a fucking sport. It's so fucking stupid. When I'm thinking about it, I'm like, why the fuck is this? I can't stop the recording because the anime makes no fucking sense now. This is what happened. Why would you do this in this fucking? If you see half price bento, you see people beating the shit out of each other, what the fuck would you do? I'll walk the other way. I don't want to get involved in these crazy people. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm laughing just thinking about it. But it's still great. A 10 out of 10. Stay positive, everyone.